Hello. Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be looking at the 10 best decks for conquest mode. These decks will also be good for ladder if you still need to get infinite. But these, as we're taking the top 10 from the recent Battle Arena tournament. These are the top 8 decks. My deck, where I missed out on, I finished 10th, I believe. And then another deck that was quite common in the thing, and someone got top 12 with it. So we're going to get into it. So, as always, unfortunately, Bounce still on top. This deck, when I believe this is the deck that went 7-0 in the Swiss. Didn't end up winning the tournament, but he won the Swiss with Bounce. So it's a pretty standard Bounce. I'm not going to get really into it because, you know, Bounce has been around for a while. This is a Dark Heart list, but it's like a Serra version. So it's a bit control-y, which is really pretty cool. So you've got the Zabu Dark Hawk package, you know, the Korg, the Zabu, Dark Hawk, Rock Slide, Iron Lad, and then you've got your shiny new Enchantress. You've got Serra in here, so we're double dipping with the energy cost. So if you have them both down, you can play free cards in the last turn, which could be like Dark Hawk, Rock Slide, Shang-Chi or something, or you could go Dark Hawk, Mystique, Rock Slide. You know, you've got options, which is great. Reducing the cost of cards, amazing. I actually love this idea. I'm not really a Serra player, but I do like the idea of this deck. Next up, we have one of the 2 Surfer decks that made it top 4, I believe. This is just a kind of standard Surfer that's going around at the moment. This is I think this list became popular from Quinny off Twitter. They took out Serra for Spider-Man, and it kind of works a lot. It's like this lockdown Surfer. Super fun. I enjoyed playing this. This is the deck that I got infinite with this season. Really fun deck. Next up, we have a Patriot list. This was made to do well into the mirror match with Super Skrull, or if you're expecting a lot of ongoing stuff. So I'm guessing they were aiming for mirror matches mostly, and then Bounce, like trying to take their Iron Man if Bounce is still around. There's a top 8 deck, done pretty well. It's kind of all in on the Ultron, right? You don't have the Doom or anything. And then again, you do have the Brood and the Sinister. Enchantress isn't a real thing. So you got to think, when you play a Patriot, believe Enchantress isn't real. Next up, another Surfer deck. This is the Stat Surfer, I believe. Lambie was the one that played this on his stream and then put it out there. So it's all about the stats. So you're making the most of the Gambit buff, making him a 3/3, which makes him better to be playing early. You don't have to play him early, obviously. You can put him behind Invisible Woman. You've got Ghost Rider to bring back Black Cat. Or whatever you discard Gambit if you don't get your Black Cat out. You've got Serra in here. So you can play free cost at the last turn. Invisible Woman to hide your stuff. Brood, Jeff, you know. Pretty good stuff. It's just like, it's made to go big. Like tall. This one was an interesting deck. I do love decks. This is the deck that I'm probably going to give a go today or tomorrow or sometime, because I love interesting decks, ones that you don't really see often. So this is like you've got your Bounce package, then you've got Zabu in here for having the control cards, I guess, for Shang-Chi and Enchantress. But the interesting thing is the Ghost Rider, Lady Sif, Infinite. So your idea is to Lady Sif and then bring back Infinite, ideally, right? You've got Professor X and Daredevil to lock a lane down, and then you just make the most of it with cheating out an Infinite. It's very interesting. Or you can just go big with Kitty, I guess. You know, bam, put Daredevil in a lane, Angela, Kitty the other lane, lock a lane down with Professor X, Ghost Rider. Yeah, it looks very interesting. I can't wait to give this deck a go. And then we get on to 2 Thanos decks now. 2 different, similar but different. So this is more like Valkyrie stuff. You've got Jean Grey. Thanos stuff. You've got Wave to counter bounce. You've got Iron Man for some stats. Armor to stop them destroying stuff. Cosmo, you know. So this deck is very interesting. It's got Onslaught in here. I guess to buff up like Blue Marvel, Iron Man, Daredevil. You can lock a lane down with Professor X, cheat out with the stones, right? You can like get Professor X out with 4, steal a lane. Then you can control the other lane with like Cosmo into Dino into Onslaught, something like that. Very interesting take on it. More of like an ongoing Thanos list. And then the winner. This is the deck that won the 128-man tournament yesterday, which is like a control Thanos list. So you've got your Psylocke to cheat stuff out early, Luke Cage to deal with bad locations, high evo stuff over Thanos, I guess, with a redstone. Jeff, great, especially with Professor X. Cosmo to stop the nonsense. Shang-Chi to deal with anything big. Iron Lad's an interesting one because you do have a lot of bad steals with the stones. Thanos isn't a great steal, but you've got a lot of good ones like Claw, Professor X, Dino, Blue Marvel, Jeff. Even Psylocke's okay. Luke Cage is okay. Shang-Chi could be good. Cosmo's good. Like, it's very interesting. I do love some Thanos list. So this was the deck that ended up winning the battle arena. In the end, very good list. This is the list I went in there with. I was 5-2, just missing out on the top 8. I believe I ended up 10th, but I didn't. So I was like 2 places away from top 8. I lost to the guy with 7-0, and I lost to 2 people that were in the top 8. Because I lost round 6 or 7. Should have done better. The list I ran actually had Shang-Chi over Captain Marvel, but it was a mistake. I really wish I'd put Captain Marvel in. I think Captain Marvel gets me top 8 because the Shang-Chi did well in one matchup yesterday, but there was matchups where if I had Captain Marvel, I'd just win. Which kind of sucks, but is what it is. Yeah, this is a bounce. It's a bounce Shuri list. I'm going to do a video on it anyway, so I don't really want to get into much detail because I really enjoy playing the list. So you kind of got like, it's kind of control in the fact that you kind of Jean Grey stuff, and then you bounce a lot of stuff in there and then you can get out of there. You've got Luke Cage and armor to stop Shang-Chi's and Shadow Kings that are going around. Obviously Luke Cage stops all the negative stuff. Really fun list. Definitely can't wait to get my video on it. And lastly, this was a common deck. I faced this twice. Seen quite a lot. Believe someone got top 12 with it as well. So it's just a standard kind of destroyed deck. Not much to say on it really. Destroy stuff, get a cheap death, a big null, and go. I prefer the Nimrod version, but this was kind of the version I think I've seen more of yesterday. I believe the Nimrod one's better. I just prefer the Nimrod one. I think you just get more stats out of it. But this is a decent death list, like destroy list. I think destroy is in a good place. Probably needs like one more card to make it like meta, but it's still really good. So that's it for today's video. Use these decks, farm up some conquest tickets, take them to ladder. Every one of them should be great on ladder. These are some of the best decks in the game, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.